graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Public Stadium here at Alton West Elementary School as we get you set for a regional championship contest in boys Class 3A soccer between your Collinsville Kahawks and the Belleville East Lancers. I am Todd Duke. Chris Kettler is along on the camera. Brett Bourne will join us in just a moment on the other microphone as we welcome you into the Cafe Agape pregame show, brought to you by my fine folks at Cafe Agape in Collinsville, home of the Kahok Chicken Sandwich. Cafe Agape been doing their thing since 2012. What is that thing? Well, how about some of the best home-cooked food in the area? They offer catering. They fed the football team last night before the big win over Centralia. And if you have a wedding or a business lunch or anything like that coming up, well, Cafe Agape's catering can take care of you. 345 Cafe is their number. Cafe Agape, 345-2233. Kahawks come into this contest 18-3-2. They finished 9-1 in the Southwestern Conference. That was good enough for a Southwestern Conference championship. And they'll face Belleville East today, who finished 4th in the conference, or tied for 4th anyway, with a 3-7 conference mark. And overall, Belleville East 8-11-1 on the season. Collinsville, coached by Rob Lugie. In his 5th year, he has 82 wins, 30 losses, and 4 ties. What happened, man? We had a power surge? I just kind of lost everything there for a minute. Ron English in his 2nd year. Man, what in the world's going on here? All kinds of stupid crap going on my laptop now. Hopefully we're still on. Hopefully people will let me know that I'm still on. It looks like I'm still on, so yeah, okay. We'll continue then. Man, Ron English, 2nd year, 14-17-2. Belleville East, they snapped a 2-game losing streak with their 1-0 win over Quincy in Wednesday night's 2nd regional semifinal. Anton Mosley with the only goal in that game. 2nd 2-game losing streak, plus a 2 to 3-game losing streak this year for the Lancers. So they've lost 2 twice. They've lost 3 twice, and now they're trying to win 2 in a row. Collinsville, they recorded their 11th shutout of the year. 23 games, 11 shutouts with their 4-0 win versus Alton in the other regional semifinal here on Wednesday night. It turned into the 14th straight win for Collinsville. Wade, Garofalo, Reiniger, Crowder, all with goals. Alton only had 3 shots on goal in that entire contest, and Jackson Perrell recorded his 8th shutout. I had a chance to catch up with Collinsville head coach Rob Loogie. We'll pass that conversation on to you in just a moment as the Cafe Agape pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We are back at Public Stadium in Alton, regional championship time for your boys soccer team as they look to clinch the Class 3A Alton Regional. Joining us now is head coach Rob Loogie. Let's go back to the semifinal game against Alton. Kind of like the football team's been lately, man. You get little struggles early on, and then you figure things out, and then you put up some good numbers in the second half. So talk about the first half of that game.
It was ugly. It was really ugly. Alton came out firing, like they put us under pressure, struggled to connect passes. Luckily, we got a good goal. Jalen worked his bottom off for that goal. So that kind of settled us down a tad. Halftime we just talked about, what makes us successful, and it's moving the ball, playing 1-2 touch. In the second half, they did it. Alton kind of wore down, and that's due to our ability to possess the ball.
Rushing things a little bit too much is what I kind of noticed. Would you agree?
Yes. Like, and Coach Hayes brought up a good point. I don't know if anybody on our starting lineup or team has actually played in a playoff game. So, I'm sure they had some nerves and just kind of worked through them.
All right, so tell me what was about. Not conversation. You probably did all the speaking at halftime. What'd you tell the guys at halftime?
Slow down, move the ball. We're a talented team whenever we play as simple as possible and make runs off the ball. And they did a much better job in the second half.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Second half in general, you guys looked like a totally different team than the first half.
Yes. And once we start moving the ball, it kind of takes the steam out of most of the teams we play. A lot of the teams we play, they're a little bit more direct than we are. So us keeping possession kind of takes away their attack.
All right, let's talk about Jimmy Crowder for a moment, man. I was really impressed with the goal. I believe it was against Belleville East at home on that set piece where the pass came out from the corner and he just nailed a bender into the net. Then he kind of gets the same thing on a set piece. No bending to it, but he knows where to pick his spots.
Yeah, Jimmy's a talented player, and that left foot is dangerous. And even when Jimmy's able to get himself into tight spaces, and somehow it's amazing he's able to get out of them. He's pretty fun to watch.
Alex Lohr's back on defense. He's probably one of the defenders that I haven't touched on so far this year because he's really, I would equate it to like a steady Eddie.
Yes. Putting Alex back in the back, playing on the left side, he's left-footed, so that helps. And he just he's a calming presence for the boys, especially having Dane back there as a sophomore. Him and Aiden, they've done a good job as marking him up there, and they've helped us out, immensely since they've gone back.
Would you agree that although the midfielders aren't classified as defensemen, that's the first line of defense and they help set up the defense?
I would start with our forwards. What has helped us recently has been our ability to defend from the top. And Adam, Jalen, anybody else who's up there, like we attack, we defend high, and everybody pushes up. It forces teams into things to try and possess the ball or to just, hit it out, and that's when we take advantage.
Yeah, because Bryson Bodie strikes me as one of those guys that's defense first, offense second. He can mix it up in there with the offense, but defensively he's really solid, and when he has to be, he knows where to pass the ball.
Yeah, he pairs with Landon really well. Landon's more of an attacker, so it allows Landon a little bit more freedom to be able to go, but he knows when to drop, and Bryson is just simple. Bodie plays solid defensively, and he just knows where to put the ball.
Yeah, and your defense did another solid job. Only 3 shots from Alton on goal, and Peril made all the saves. It's not that difficult for him when he's only facing 3 a game, isn't it?
Yeah, that's our goal, is to, 1, eliminate teams' ability to pass, and then 2, no shots at all.
All right, you have Belleville East. You beat them twice. That game at Belleville East was 1-0. That was a real tight game. Caleb Simpson, their goalkeeper, is he the key to their game?
Him, the English kid, and Mosley, those 3 right there, and it's where they line up, is kind of what their game plan is. If Mosley plays in the back, that helps us out because it limits their attack. If he plays up top, it helps us out on the offensive end because there's a space there that we can attack. He's a dynamic player. You have to be aware of him all over the place. The other night at Quincy, he was taking kids on whenever he went up top. So we have to be aware of him, but I like our 3 backs. They do a really good job of working together and, communicating and being able to know where somebody like him is.
Hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. That's what you're trying to accomplish here today against Belleville East. How do you get it done?
Play simple, play fast, defend well, and, when you get your chance, put it in the net.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Rob Lugie, your Collinsville Kahok head soccer coach. We'll take a break here on the Cafe Agape pregame show. When we come back, we'll set the starting lineups for each team for you, and we'll have some more names and some more numbers. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. And once again, we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network as we're getting you ready for this regional championship game between Collinsville and Belleville East. As we say, a very good afternoon to one Mr. Brett Borm. How you doing, sir?
Good afternoon, Todd.
Hanging out over there by yourself?
Yeah, it's kind of lonely over here in this back corner.
I know. We got these little bitty booths up here, so we each got a booth. Chris Kettler's on the camera in one. I'm over here with all my equipment in the other, and Brett's over there on the side. So, thoughts on the coach's interview?
You know, I love hearing Coach Lugie's comments because I think it affirms exactly what you and I probably talked about at that game, which was a tale of two halves. Collinsville came out what I thought to be very timid, very I don't want to use the term lackadaisical, but it just was not their style of play. They were not connecting passes. They were not playing quick with pace. And in the second half, I think it was a little bit different. They came out with a little bit more urgency and, a little more fire. And that's what we needed to see, and you saw the 4 goals as a result.
Yeah, thankfully the offense was the only thing that was a little off in that first half and not the defense, because the defense held strong once again.
Well, and we've talked about it, every game, I think it seems like now. I mean, Collinsville's defense has been strong all year. I mean, I don't know what the goals against average is, but it's got to be up there with the best of the teams in the area. And our defense they're studs.
They are. All right, one final break coming your way, and when we come back, we'll pass along the starting lineups to you. We'll do that next on the Kahawk Sports Network. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place World Champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design. And once again, we welcome you back to Public Stadium here at West Alton Elementary School, as we're just about ready here for this contest between Collinsville and Belleville East. Here are your starters for Belleville East. In goal, Caleb Simpson. In front of the senior goalkeeper, you will find Micah Allen, Luke Bell, Max McCullum, Braden Leonard, Will Keck, Josh Younger, Anton Mosley, Tanner Stinnett, Adam Meritori, and Gavin English. For Collinsville, Jackson Perrell is back in between the pipes for Collinsville, and in front of him you will find Dane Compton, Trey Peterson, Adam Reiniger, Landon Mahat, Jimmy Crowder, Bryson Bodie, Sam Garofalo, Jalen Wade, Aiden Hensler, and Alex Lorsback. Lancers, they're looking for their first regional championship since the 2006 season, 15 years ago. They beat Mount Vernon 4-0 in the regional semifinal at Carbondale, then won the regional championship game versus Marion 3-1. They ended up losing to O'Fallon 5-1 in the sectional semifinal at Granite City. Only 4 regional championships for Belleville East since 1985. Collinsville, they are in the purple, and Belleville East in the white, and we're underway as that ball goes back to Caleb Simpson, and he will send the ball directly out of bounds, and that's the way things get started here.
Some things to talk about here real quick in the early going. Anton Mosley is starting at center back for Belleville East. It's one of the key players that Coach Lugie had talked about, somebody to keep an eye on, because he'll rotate up top here before too long.
Oh, he sure will. We're keeping an eye on the other regional championship games around the area, too. They got underway at 3 o'clock out at Edwardsville and O'Fallon in that regional championship game. And right now, after one overtime period, they are scoreless 0-0. Collinsville keeping the ball down on the offensive zone to start things off with, as the Kahawks are looking to strike early and get this game off to a good start on their end of the ball. They already look a little bit better than they did against Alton in the first half of the regional semifinal game, as this is the first time the ball has made it back into the Belleville East offensive zone. Now Collinsville over on the far side. Hensler will send it up the sideline right in front of his own bench to Wade. Wade back over to Hensler. Hensler in between the two benches. Sends it over to this side, and if that ball had a little less zip on it, that would have been a complete turnover that would have started heading toward the goal the other way.
That was dangerous.
Sure was. The other game that we're keeping an eye on as well is also in overtime, as Manuka and Normal are playing out at Normal Community in that regional, and they went to overtime as well. Manuka has gone up 2-1, I've just been told, so that game at least has a score in it. Edwardsville and O'Fallon 0-0 as they get ready to head into the second overtime. The winner of the Edwardsville regional will play the winner of this regional Tuesday night in Collinsville. Here is Mahat. He'll send it up and right off the body of one of the defenders for Belleville East, and that was Adam Meritori. And now Wade tries to break it in over on the left wing, but that one ends up going across the end line, and it's going to be a goal kick restart here for Belleville East.
Last few sequences here, Collinsville struggled to connect their passes, kind of like they struggled with in the Alton match. We started the match, they were kind of able to tic-tac-toe some passes together, but we had 3 giveaways back-to-back, and I know Coach Lugie's not going to like to see that.
No, he's not going to like to see that. The other regional, that ended last night. That was the Joliet West regional, where Joliet West came out on top of Moline by a score of 4-0. So right now, we know Joliet West is in the Collinsville sectional. Even though they won't come to Collinsville to play their semifinal game, they'll keep that game up north as they await the winner of Manuka and Normal. And Caleb Simpson sends out another goal kick restart to midfield off of the head of Peterson. And then in kind, the Lancers reply. Collinsville trying to settle it down. Hensler gets it over on the far side sideline. He races it up in front of his bench, sends the ball over to Reiniger. Wow. Reiniger to Wade, and Wade tried to center it back over to Reiniger, didn't quite make it, but he gets the ball back anyway. Now Wade's got a chance, but that would have been offside anyway.
A couple good strings of passes there between Wade and Reiniger. Hopefully they got a good chemistry going here tonight, because we're going to need it.
Kahawks are looking to win a regional championship for the 4th time in the last 6 years. No playoffs last year. Lost 1-0 at O'Fallon in the regional semifinal in 2019. And then, of course, the regional championship in 2018. That sprung them all the way to state, where they finished in 3rd place. And 2017, Lugie's first year, they won a regional championship. And the final year of Clay Smith's 2 years in charge of the boys program. Out to midfield it goes. Comes down just on the outside of the center circle. They punch it up, trying to spring Wade for a little one-on-one, but that one missed. Now Hensler's got to go track it down, and he's getting chased from behind by Leonard, and that one makes it all the way back to Peril, and Peril sends it back out to midfield. Taking a look at our 2 goalkeepers, Caleb Simpson, 1,340 minutes between the pipes this year. He's 7-7-2, and he's responsible for all 6 of the shutouts that Belleville East posted this year, and 27 goals against gives Simpson a goals against average of 1.61, and he's made 158 saves on the year, and he saves just a little over 85% of the shots coming his way.
He's an impressive goalkeeper, has been for the last 2 years.
He is. He's a big dude down there, too.
Yep.
Here's a free kick from midfield. It's high, and it goes right to Peril, and Peril's numbers look like this: 1,542 minutes. He is 15-3-2 on the year, 10 shutouts, 8 of those solo. He picked up number 8 on Wednesday night here against Alton, and 14 goals allowed is all he's allowed this year, and that's good for a 0.73 goals against average, 62 saves on the year, good for almost 82%. Hard to believe that he's only made 62 saves in all those minutes, while Caleb Simpson has made 158 saves in less minutes.
I think that shows you the strength of Collinsville's defense and how they're able to limit shots throughout, 80-minute games.
You are not kidding there. Here's Reiniger trying to push the ball up and trying to find Peterson, but Peterson got tripped up. Now back out to midfield. Leonard gets it once again, and he sends it to a teammate who skies it down in the offensive zone, but it looks like it's going to take a jump to the left and go out of bounds. Collinsville with a throw-in. Hensler right in front of the Belleville East bench does thus that. And Reiniger lets it roll down his back to Wade. Wade has a defender in front of him to beat, and then he sends it over into the middle looking for Reiniger. He finds Reiniger. Back over to Wade. Wade from the right wing. He is out of options, and that's going to be a corner kick as that last touched the defender for Belleville East off of the foot of O'Connor.
Nope. not on. There it is.
There's the pass. And Collinsville will then kick it toward the center, and Simpson with that height will just jump right out and catch that ball. He rolls it out bowling style and springs forward.
This is trouble.
Trouble here for Belleville East. They had a shot right into the breadbasket of Jackson Perrell off of the foot of Leonard.
I saw that play break down there with Compton being the last man back, and I'm not sure who that forward is for East, but he was able to get a step on Dane, and he was off to the races.
Collinsville beat this team twice, 1-0 at Belleville East. We were both there for that game. That was a tight affair. And then at home at Kahok Stadium, Collinsville won 4-0.
It's hard to beat a team 3 times, Todd, especially in a playoff game.
It sure is. Here is Bodie. He'll send the ball over here to Crowder. Crowder sends it to Mahat. Mahat back to Crowder. It was a nice job keeping that ball in bounds. Another nice job by Reiniger, and then it gets pushed out of bounds, and they're going to give it to Belleville East despite the displays of angst by the Kahok crowd.
I don't think they felt it was all the way out of bounds.
Kind of hard to tell. I had a body in front of me. So the Lancers get it back to their defense. They'll send it up to midfield, and they'll send it onto the foot of Stinnett. Stinnett sends it all the way up, but no one back there to help him out, and it'll just roll to Jackson Perrell in the 18-yard box, and Perrell will send us back to work. 32-25 left to play here in this first half. No score between Collinsville and Belleville East. Perrell sends the ball up. Head-butted back over to midfield by the defense of Belleville East. Now the defender steps up over there, and that's a nice job by Luke Bell stepping right in front of Wade. And then the ball ends up out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up here for the Lancers.
Belleville East is doing a really good job of stepping up and denying Collinsville's passes so far in this first half.
Here is Mahat, who ticks the ball over with the tip of his toe to Garofalo. Garofalo, he gets the ball up the line, and trying to chase it down is Reiniger, but his defender gets there first. That's Gavin English, the coach's son. You heard Coach talk about him in the pregame show. He, Mosley, and the goalkeeper Simpson are the keys to this game for Belleville East. Here is Garofalo. Springs free and tries to pass it to Wade, but he put the ball behind Jalen. And now Reiniger trying to track it down. He can't. Then it goes all the way over to the far side where Micah Allen takes over. And Allen gets shoved down from behind by Peterson. That's going to be a free kick from about 60 yards away for Belleville East.
Listening to Coach Lugie and his comments, something I had not thought about thus far throughout the season is he's right. Collinsville is lacking a lot of playoff experience on this roster. I mean, if you think about the COVID year, there was no playoffs. And before that, I mean, our only players that have probably had playoff experience is probably our 2 defenders, Aiden Hensler and Alex Lorsbach.
Yeah, and they were one and done in that playoff year, so not a lot of experience,
they were
as
freshmen.
he mentioned. Yeah,
so they probably didn't even play.
Here's a nice pass up the way for Peterson. Peterson all the way over on that right wing, stops over there in the corner and kicks it up the sideline, and then back over to Bodie. Bodie over on the far sideline will send it on back over to Crowder, I believe that is over there. And they break in from the right side, and a pass to Peterson. Peterson couldn't get control of the ball before the defender got a hold of it, and that's a ball that goes into the bench for Collinsville, and it'll be another throw in here for the Kahawks. They'll throw it down onto the feet of Jimmy Crowder. Crowder will then try the other side, sends it over here to Garofalo. Garofalo will send it back to the defense in Lorsbach. Lorsbach, he'll survey things and send it back to where he got it from. That is Sam Garofalo. Garofalo will send the ball back over to Bodie. And then Bodie to Reiniger. Reiniger hits the ball and then turns on a dime, puts a shot on goal, but it's over and it hits the crossbar of the football goalpost, which they turn around and face the other way. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, they did that the other night. We were here too.
Yeah.
I watched East in that Quincy game. They were very strong. They were strong defensively. I stayed for that whole match, and I thought Quincy was more talented up top, but East was able to hold them.
Goal kick restart by Caleb Simpson. Garofalo tracks it down. Now over to Mahat. Mahat will send it up to Jalen Wade. And Wade to Garofalo. Garofalo on the near sideline. About 15, 25 yards away from the goal and back out to Mahat. And, that's Bodie. Bodie will send the ball up to Crowder. Back over to Bodie. And Bodie will send it over to the defenseman. That is Alex Lorsbach. Lorsbach will send it all the way over to the far side of the field. And that is Aiden Hensler. Hensler to Wade. And Wade sends the ball over to the sideline for Crowder. Crowder trying to keep the ball inbounds. He does on a nice job, and then it gets past Bodie, but it goes all the way to Lorsbach. Lorsbach, he sizes things up, gives it to Mahat. Mahat will send the ball up to the corner of the box for Peterson, and it goes past everyone and out of bounds, and that ball will belong to Belleville East. Been 12 years since these two teams last met in the playoffs. Back in October of 2009, Collinsville lost that game at O'Fallon in the regional semifinal, 3-1. Lancers ended up losing to O'Fallon 1-0 in the regional championship game that year. And it's been 18 years since Collinsville has beat Belleville East in a playoff. So we've got a lot of years between all these meetings.
Yeah.
That year it was 2004, won 2-1 in the regional semifinal at Granite City before losing to Edwardsville 1-0 in the regional championship game.
It's kind of surprising to hear those statistics, as long as we've been playing with these same teams in the Southwestern Conference. You would have thought they would have met a lot quicker.
Yeah, it's surprising me every time I run across stats like that. I think the same thing happened with girls basketball team against Belleville East or something. And I'm always like, wow, it's been that long since they've met in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. Here is Caleb Simpson. Simpson scoops the ball up. Leading scorer for Belleville East is Anton Mosley. He has 12 goals on the year, 6 assists, good for 30 points.
And that's your starting center back today.
Yeah. And that rolls back into the Collinsville defensive zone, picked up there by Lorsbach. Lorsbach moves the ball up to Bodie, back over to Alex. And Alex moves the ball up. He has the head up the whole way, and he's looking and trying to find Wade, but Wade had 2 defenders in front of him, and there was a little bit too much miles per hour put behind that ball from Lorsbach.
Told you I was at this game between Quincy and East, and I know East lost a strong player with a red card. It was my understanding, one of their starting defenders.
Want to say that was Tock, Jack Tock,
okay,
number 11. I was told earlier that they scratched him from the game because of that.
Well, it was my understanding he received a yellow during the match, and then his coach wasn't happy with him and put him on the bench, and he got a yellow while he was on the bench is what I thought I saw.
That's kind of hard to do, isn't it?
Yeah. And so that was his second, and I believe he got the red at that point.
Wade, he tries to spring free. Yeah, that's a foul as Peterson got to the ball, and the defender didn't get there in time, so he just shoved down Peterson. Now a set piece. Collinsville needs to slow it down here. Last time they did, Crowder scored a goal.
Mm-hmm. Great. Jalen saw the seam there with, I guess it was Reiniger trying to split that seam, and unfortunately he was fouled, or he would have been off to the races as well.
Mahat, Reiniger, and Crowder all back behind the ball. We'll see which one ends up taking it. Here is Crowder. He'll give it to Landon Mahat, and right into the hands of Caleb Simpson.
We got to have more pace on those set pieces.
25:45 left to go here in this first half. No score between Collinsville and Belleville East as the ball ends up into the Lancers offensive zone, tracked down by Bodie. Bodie will send it back up to Crowder. Crowder back to Bodie at midfield. Bodie sends it into the midfield circle with the big Redbird in it. And now out to Crowder here on the near sideline. And Crowder cuts around his defender. That is a nice play by Crowder. Get rid of his defender and send the ball back over to Bodie. And here comes Peterson. Peterson races up that far sideline, turns the corner on the right wing, sends it in the middle, and there it is. Nope, that was outside. Outside the net. Corner kick coming up here for Collinsville. That's just like last week. Saw that net pop and thought it was in.
God, it looked like a great strike by Adam Reiniger. I thought for sure that was a goal. Yeah, we got a bad angle up here.
Yeah, we do. As everybody may have noticed, we are on the other side of the field from where we were Wednesday. Wednesday, we had a nice day. Today, we do not. There's a chance of rain all day long, and with a chance of rain all day long, I'm not going to chance the equipment being out in there. It might not rain a drop while we're here, but I'm not going to take any chances. So we're up in the press box, and we have a long way to go. We have the bleachers, not only the track in front of us, the bleachers in front of us, but we have the concession area in front of us as well.
Anton Mosley, a great piece of defending there on Jalen Wade there inside the 18.
There is Peterson, sends the ball back over to Crowder. Crowder over to Bodie. Bodie works its way up to Jalen Wade. Wade on the right wing, just out of the corner of the box, got the ball taken off of his foot, and it's picked up by Belleville East and sent all the way over here to this side of the field, and that is Younger that'll send the ball up, but that's intercepted by Lorsbach. Lorsbach moves the ball back up to Mahat. Mahat sends it over to Hensler. Hensler on the far side. Sends it up the line, right in front of the Kahok bench, taken over there by Trey Peterson. Peterson moves toward the middle, gives it to Bodie. Bodie, he can score from there if he wanted to strike it. He decided not to and sends it over to Garofalo. Garofalo trying to get around a defender. He does, and then bangs into one, and then that's taken over once again by Yanger. Yanger sends the ball up, and that one is going to be taken over by Lorsbach, and Lorsbach will send it back to Compton, and we will reset and do it all over again.
Todd, I'm hearing O'Fallon won with 5 seconds left in the OT.
5 seconds left?
That's what I'm being reported.
So O'Fallon will move on and face the winner of this game at Collinsville Tuesday night. How about that? Everybody thought it was going to be Collinsville and Edwardsville.
Yep.
That's what we get for thinking, right?
That's what we get for thinking.
Here is Peterson, and he couldn't turn the corner in time to get the ball before it went over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick restart here for Simpson.
I got to say, if I were given a choice based on the last time we played O'Fallon and how we played O'Fallon, that would have been my choice.
Yeah, that would be, I think, a lot better as well.
Of course, they don't give me choices.
They don't give me choices either, man. Simpson will send it back out. So O'Fallon wins 1-0 in the second overtime.
I believe it was second overtime just before PKs.
And Manuka won 2-1. Okay. Got to update my thing here. So, Did they? Go against Joliet West? Okay.
Yeah, I thought I saw Moline at advance too.
All right. So scratch that one out. Moline and Manuka will make up one side of the Collinsville sectional bracket, but they will play up north and will not travel to Collinsville for a sectional semifinal game. And O'Fallon moves on, and all we're waiting on is the winner of this game, and then the Collinsville sectional will be set. Meanwhile, back to action here. We have 21 and a half minutes to go. Here comes Belleville East, and into the box. Oh, you called that? He fell down.
Called that. I hope to God he's calling that outside the box because I don't think he was fully in.
I think he just fell down. There might have been some contact, but it wasn't on purpose, that's for sure. And
Yeah, I agree.
Reiniger's trying to explain that he didn't do anything. And are they gonna? Where are they going to put this?
I'm not sure. Looks to me like it should be outside.
Yeah, if it wasn't, they would have already picked up the ball and threw it into the middle. So they're going to put it right on the 10-yard line of the football field. So 20 yards away, hugging that post over there, is Jackson Perrell. He has a 3-man wall in front of him of purple jerseys. And Mosley ready to strike it. I think that's Mosley, isn't it?
Why doesn't the referee just step it off so there's no question? They're sitting here arguing about it being 5 yards. I can hear East coach ranting that it's not far enough. So step it off.
Yeah. Everybody else yelled step it off too. All right, here's the strike, and it's way high and way wide, and no harm, no foul there.
That would have been a simple resolve by the referee stepping it off, and there'd be no questions asked.
Halfway through the first half of this contest, no score between Collinsville and Belleville East. Winner will move on to take on O'Fallon Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. That game got moved up, back, whatever you want to call it. It was scheduled for 5 o'clock. Now it's scheduled for 7 since the other two teams are not going to travel here. They figured they'd give everybody a chance to get off work, go home, and have a little dinner, rest up, and come out for a little nighttime soccer action.
So how does that work, Todd? Do those schools have to lobby to IHSA to not
Yeah, they
have
do.
to travel? Is
Yeah,
that how
they
that
do.
works?
It's the same thing we do whenever when the sectional's in normal, and it's us in Edwardsville and that sectional. We don't have to drive all the way up there just to play a game.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I just didn't know the procedures.
Yeah. There's a shot and save by Caleb Simpson. He came out and took off into midair and caught that one before anyone wearing the purple stuff could do anything with it. So Simpson sends us back out to a goal kick restart as well. And it rolls up and is going to roll right into the Belleville East bench. Be careful over there, guys. Almost had a body go right into the bench. Throw in for the Lancers in front of their bench. And it's sent up the sideline off of the head of Crowder and then onto the feet of Mahat, who will send it up to Reiniger. Reiniger, he's going to send it to Wade. Wade's going to have a one-on-one, and he shoots, and he shot too soon, I think.
Yeah, Mosley was closing on him pretty quick.
I know.
I think Jay would just like to have gotten a little bit better of a chip on that one. Goalie coming out, all he had to do is get a little bit more loft.
Yeah, a little bit of a lob shot to go over his head and land behind him and then bounce into the goal, but Caleb Simpson, to his credit, came way out on goal to cut off the angle, make that net look smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a good job. He played the ball exactly how it was supposed to be played. Yeah,
absolutely.
So the Lancers will try to turn that into a little momentum builder, and they try to move the ball up, and they get stuck at midfield. Collinsville takes over and a little back kick, trying to spring Wade once again, but instead it goes back to the 3 defenders for Belleville East. Crowder will pop the ball back into the Collinsville offensive zone, rolls off of the head of Mosley and almost rolled all the way to Crowder, and that one is going to go out of bounds, and it almost went across the end line.
I couldn't tell from our angle. I assume it was a throw-in, right?
Yeah, it's a throw-in right down there at the corner flag, and I'm telling you what, it was just about 3 inches away from going across the end line instead of the sideline. Wade is going to go out, and Gavin Knoll is going to come in. That's the Collinsville substitution. Going out is Micah Allen for Belleville West. And they will send in, looks like Caleb Guthrie, if I can read the number right. No, they bring Josh Younger back in. Didn't even know that they made a substitution already. Probably while I was trying to correct my scorecard. I don't know why I had Joliet West. I thought I saw that on the IHSA page today. At any rate, won't be my last mistake, that's for sure. Here's Hensler. Hensler sends the ball up, trying to spring Null. Null on the far side, trying to stop it before it goes out of bounds. He does. He'll send it back over to Peterson. Peterson sends it back a little bit farther to the midfielders, and Crowder will move the ball up to Reiniger. Reiniger had that taken off, but Bodie gets it to Mahat. Mahat will send one toward the goal, and Caleb Simpson has a little dive out to his left to snag that one out of midair. Canucks have definitely had the more shots towards the goal than Belleville East has.
Yep.
But so far they can't get a real good shot to go past Simpson. He's been there for every one. Oh, that had to hurt. A couple of heads collide there, and luckily.
I'm surprised Compton isn't in more pain over that. I'm surprised somebody's not looking at that as some type of concussion protocol.
Yeah, as Compton and Braden Leonard kind of banged heads there. Comes in, and Bodie pops it straight up, and off Mahat's chest, he'll send it down, and it'll be taken over by the Lancers, and the Lancers move the ball up. That is Luke Bell. Bell sends the ball up the sideline where it's intercepted by Hensler. Hensler will poke the ball up to Mahat. Mahat sends the ball over on the far sideline, but Bodie wasn't ready for it, and that ball goes into the bench.
I think Mahat was anticipating Bodie making a little run there, and instead he should have played his feet.
15:35 left to play here in this first half. No score between Collinsville and Belleville East. Hensler trying to stay with his guy over there in that far side corner at the sideline. Then it's chipped, and that's across the line, and it'll be a goal kick restart for Jackson Perrell. Collinsville and Belleville East for a regional championship here today, Tuesday. The girls volleyball team begins their quest, and they face Belleville East in a regional semifinal at Collinsville. I believe that's a 6 o'clock game on Tuesday. And Collinsville Kahok boys soccer team hoping they win here today, and they'll have their own date at home on Tuesday against O'Fallon in a sectional semifinal. If that's the case, we will carry the soccer game, of course. And, of course, your Kahok football team won last night over Centralia in fine fashion and finished 8-1 on the year, and they will find out who they're going to play next Saturday in their playoff game. We'll find that out later tonight, as a bunch of folks are going over to LC's to watch the playoff selection show, and we'll find out a little later in the show because they start off with 1A and work their way up to 8A, and Collinsville playing in 7A, so it'll
be a long night.
It'll be a long night, but it'll be worth it. Blues will be on TV anyway, so something to keep you occupied while we wait.
Sure.
Here is Lorsbach. Lorsbach sends the ball up to Reiniger. Reiniger, the leader in goals for Collinsville this year, scored number 18 against Alton here on Wednesday night. Jalen Wade scored his 9th, and Jimmy Crowder scored his 8th. Those are your top 3 scorers for Collinsville. They all had a goal.
That's some good balance there, though.
Yeah. Here's Peterson coming in on the right wing, finds Wade, and Wade couldn't slow it down, tipped off of his shoe, and ends up rolling out of bounds.
Yeah, first touch there. I think Jay would like to have that first touch back.
They wanted to just barely touch it and then have it come right down, but instead he touched it, and it ricocheted kind of off of his foot and out of bounds.
Yep.
Caleb Simpson sends us back to action with a goal kick restart. They won't quite make it to midfield. Reiniger gets there first, and off of his head, that ball flew about 20 yards. Here is a nice move by Mahat. Gets past another defender. Mahat right in the middle. Sends the ball up into the box, but it's going to be too hard, and Peterson won't be able to get there. And then Caleb Simpson sends it across the sideline for a throw-in for Collinsville. It comes automatically down to Null right off the bat. In front for Mahat, and there's a shot by Mahat, but I don't think he got enough on it.
Just not enough pace.
And that ball stayed low, and Simpson had to go down and get it. And Simpson's been very busy and has made every save that has been brought his way. Collinsville keeps the ball down in the offensive zone. Defensively, English will send it back to Simpson, and Simpson will send it back out to midfield, this time with a much stronger kick. Popped right up off of the head of Senzen. And back out to midfield we go. McCullum sends it back to his defense, and the defense sends it up, but Hensler intercepts it. It's as far as they'll go. Hensler moves the ball up to Crowder. Crowder skips his way right around one defender and then gets it over to Mahat. Mahat up to Wade with a nice pass. Now Wade has to split the defenders that's in front of him. He instead passes the ball over to Null. Back out in front. Reiniger tried to quick kick it, but he ran into an ankle instead. And then Collinsville saves it from going back to midfield. Here is Hensler. Hensler pokes the ball up, and Null cuts across the field. Sends it up to Wade. Wade had it bounce off of a defender. He couldn't control it. And then the defense will send the ball back over here, and Alex Lorsback will send it over to Bodie. Bodie sends it over on the far side for Trey Peterson. Peterson works the ball up the sideline, trying to free Crowder. Crowder over there, right near that out-of-bounds marker. That was close. Sends it in the middle to Mahat. Mahat with a quick little side kick, and off the back of his heel, that one politely rolls to Caleb Simpson.
I feel like Collinsville's trying to thread that needle with Jalen Wade to send him into space, and East is doing a really good job of collapsing on Jay right now, not giving him much room to work.
11:15 left to play here in this first half. No score, and they just tangle feet. That's all that happened there. They got their feet tangled together, and you know, sometimes those things happen. Not everything is malicious intent.
Sure. I hear you, Todd.
Another free kick coming up here. Anton Mosley will take this one from about 40 yards away. These are always dangerous, these 40-yarders.
Oh, yeah. Anton's usually got a good strike, too.
Mosley just uses the toe and sends it up, and Peril comes out and jumps up and grabs it before anyone can put a head on it. Back out to midfield. And again, back and forth we go, and it comes down for Wade. Wade tries to get in front of the ball. His defender knocks him off of it. That was English, but somehow or another it finds Reiniger. Back to Wade. Wade, dipsy doodle, shot, and it goes too high. Not a lot of wiggle room out there, man. He juked left, juked right, and then tried to take a shot in between two defenders, and he had to hurry it, so he
well, he did the right thing.
Oh, yeah.
He pushed it into space. He tried to get the shot off quickly because he felt that pressure from Mosley and English. Unfortunately, he just wasn't over the top of it to keep it down.
10 minutes to go here in this scoreless first half between Collinsville and Belleville East. The winner will move on to the Collinsville sectional semifinals Tuesday night against O'Fallon after O'Fallon beat Edwardsville 1-0 in double overtime. From what I understand, there was about 6 seconds left in that double overtime before they scored.
God, what a way to lose.
I know. That kind of reminds me of the 2018 season when Collinsville scored against Edwardsville with 2.1 seconds left.
I remember that match.
One of my favorite moments in the 11 years that I've been doing this.
That was that Baker goal, right? Zane Baker?
Zane
Oh,
Baker.
God, I'll remember that forever.
Yeah, got the nice feed from Trey Shibitz.
Yep.
Throw in coming up here for the Lancers, and the throw in by Mertori, and now over to English. English will try to turn the corner and get rid of Jalen Wade. He does so with a pass, and now the defense will take over for Belleville East. They'll pop it back into the offensive zone, and waiting down yonder was one of the forwards for Belleville East, but he couldn't control it, and it rose back to Jackson Perrell. That was Quinn Enriquez.
I'm surprised at this point we haven't seen Coach English try to push Mosley up to generate a little more offense for
There's
East.
a nice job by Reiniger. Comes in from the left wing, but then tries to pass it back to himself, and he had a couple of defenders right behind him, and that's where it ended up going. Bodie will send it back over to Hensler. Hensler at midfield sends it over onto the far side for Peterson. Peterson back over to Hensler, and then they'll play catch. And then Hensler will find someone else to play catch with. That is Jalen Wade. Wade sends the ball back over to Null, who sends it to Bodie, who will send it over here to Mahat. Mahat, he comes up, finds Jalen Wade in the middle. Wade trying to get around a couple of defenders and then gets bumped, gets knocked down. No call on that one, huh?
Like I said, they're collapsing really well on Jay as he enters that
You are kidding, man.
top of that 18.
One from each side.
One from each side, and they're just putting a body on him.
Yeah, here is Trey Peterson. He almost gets held. There's been a lot of incidental contact that's gone the way of the Lancers on the whistles, but that incidental contact didn't warrant a whistle, I guess, huh?
Didn't.
Well, here
that
it
should've.
is, and into the box, and yeah, we should have called that one too. That one should have been a call because he took Landon Mahat's feet from right out from under him right when he was going to kick the ball. They're going to call it a corner kick.
But I'm trying to figure out why was Collinsville's fans cheering, or were they upset?
I think they were yelling.
Okay.
They were upset. Here is Mahat. He'll send one toward the goal, and it's booted out by the defense of Belleville East. No one there wearing the purple jerseys that could redirect that one. And now the Lancers will spring out, and boy, I'll tell you what, Lorsbach, he came from out of nowhere and came up and snuck up right behind Stinnett and took that ball right from him.
It's great defense by Alex.
There is Peterson. Peterson will send the ball up the sideline for Wade. Wade turns the corner. Has Reiniger cutting in front, and he couldn't find
Serve
him.
it.
And now a pass in front to Reiniger. Reiniger will get it over to Peterson. Peterson over on the right wing, puts a shot in the middle, and it's kicked out once again by Belleville East. Here's a shot by Mahat that's off of a head. Now it goes down across the end line. It'll be a corner kick for Collinsville again. Furious, fast and furious action going on
that was
here.
a little frantic there, wasn't it?
It was. Another one of those non-corner kicks going on, and Collinsville sends it out to Null. Null shot too high and too wide.
Jimmy Crowder had the right idea again, just shooting technique. Knee over the ball, staying over the top of it. Instead, we got a little bit underneath it.
Yeah. Micah Allen will check back into the game for the Lancers. Collinsville has only made one substitution in this game, I believe. Gavin Nolan, he's still out there.
Yep, that's it. And East has been subbing frequently.
They have. So we have just under 6 minutes to go. Clock is stopped at 5:59. Not sure why the clock is stopped.
I don't know, but they want 6:07 put on.
6:07 they want put on. Is there anybody in the cage there operating the clock? Don't look at us. We're just announcing. We're not clock operators. Stop yelling at me. There it is. Somebody up there got it. Wonder if they have a remote control, because there's nobody sitting in the booth. They must have a remote control.
There's nobody next door to us?
No, there's the booth where they've run all the clock stuff from. There's nobody sitting in there, so they must have a remote control. Here's a dangerous time for Belleville East. Breaking in on the left wing, and a nice play on the defense there at the last moment by Collinsville to keep that shot from even happening.
Dane Compton making a good recovery run, cutting down that angle, so that East forward doesn't have a direct line to that goal.
Yeah,
just got a toe to kick it out.
That's Max McCullum who came in there breaking in on that left wing, and that's McCullum who will take the corner kick shot. And it goes over the head of Perrell, and boy, lucky for him, one of his guys was right behind him and took care of that.
Yep.
Here is a ball out to the center field circle in front of the Redbird logo, and a nice block there by Jalen Wade. Collinsville can keep it from going out of bounds. They do. Garofalo up. Now it's out of bounds.
Still should be Collinsville's ball.
Yep. Yeah, he kicked it off of the toe of the East player as he was bringing it up the line, and Collinsville gets a throw in, and the throw in comes to Mahat. Mahat will send it to the middle for Bodie. Bodie, he'll send it over onto the far side now for Peterson. Peterson trying to work his way up toward the middle. He does so, gets around one defender, and stutter steps, puts a shot on, but that's blocked. And a ball that, man, those blocked shots inside the box sometimes can hit hands too.
Oh, for sure. But East has 5 defenders making that box small right now.
And Wade tried to do the splits there and send it over to one of his buddies on the Kahok team. That was Garofalo, and he couldn't get there. But here is Trey Peterson on the sideline, breaks in to the right side of the 18-yard box, and a nice defensive play there by Belleville East. That was a stuff job there by Will Keck. Collinsville uses Hensler to send it up and over the backside of Peterson. And now Keck will send the ball up and find Micah with it. And Collinsville then takes over. And then Belleville East will take over. They'll send it up to midfield. Lowersbach will use his head off of the head of Mahat. And then back to Mahat from Adam Reiniger. Reiniger to Crowder, back over to Reiniger. Reiniger has a couple of defenders to split. He couldn't. He can't get it past Keck either. And now it's up to Wade. Wade trying to spring Peterson over there on that right wing. He couldn't do it. Now Wade comes from behind, steals the ball again, gets it to Reiniger. Reiniger with a shot on goal, and that's going to roll wide.
Not enough on it.
Nope. Off angle and not enough miles per hour behind it. 3:35 left to play here in this scoreless first half between Collinsville and Belleville East. Trying to move on to sectional play at Collinsville Tuesday night to take on the O'Fallon Panthers. Here is Caleb Simpson. He'll send the ball back out to midfield. And it's settled down for a moment by Collinsville. Now Micah Allen kicks the ball over to really no one in particular, and that's taken over by Reiniger. Reiniger, he'll send the ball over into the corner, and there's no one there.
Nobody there.
No one home, but it stays in the box, comes out front. 2 Collinsville players are there, one of them Reiniger, and then the Lancers will just send the ball out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw in from deep down on this near side sideline. Mahat will throw it in, finds Bodie. Bodie, he'll send one toward the goal, and Simpson catches it right before Trey Peterson could get there.
I think that's Gavin Knoll has subbed out Trey Peterson on that right side right now.
Okay. Too far away for me to see the numbers on the fronts of their shirts, man.
I just don't see a redhead.
When they turn around, I can see the numbers on the backs, but I cannot see the numbers on the fronts. They're too small. Here's Collinsville, 3-on-2. Here is Knoll. Knoll! Oh, he sends it off the back of one of the calves of one of the Belleville East players. Instead, he had 2 guys breaking in over on the right side in Garofalo and Wade, and decided to take the shot, and it just came right back to him.
Yeah.
That ball ended up out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up here for Collinsville as we approach 2 minutes left to play here in this first half. Down to Wade. Wade gets it back over, and Crowder takes over at midfield. Sends it over here for Mahat. Mahat, he will dipsy doodle and circle the wagons and send it back out to the defenseman Alex Lowersbach. Lowersbach all the way over onto the far side. Yeah. Wasn't anybody over there at Garden. Null, and Null sends it up and trying to stop it. Oh, what a nice job by Garofalo, but he slips down and he couldn't get it out, and now it's going to go out of bounds off of Garofalo. And boy, if he wouldn't have slipped down, he could have stayed on his feet. We might have had a chance there.
Yeah, absolutely. Could have got a cross off.
Throw in deep in the Collinsville offensive zone by the Lancers. Collinsville settles it down. Here is Mahat trying to find Reiniger, but set it behind Adam, and now he gets it back, and Adam will send it back over to Mahat. Mahat gets pressured from behind, sends it up to Crowder. Jimmy Crowder, he's trying to get around 3 defenders. Then he gets taken down in the box, and again, no call. And then Belleville East gets it out of there. Here is Bodie sending it back up to Reiniger. We're under a minute here in this first half. Here's Lowersbach. Lowersbach back over to Bodie. Bodie at midfield. We'll send it over to Hensler. Hensler in between the 2 benches. Sends the ball up right in front of the Kahok bench. Back over to Bodie. Bodie gets bumped off the ball. And then Mahat couldn't track it down. And Belleville East trying to spring a little offense here before the end of the first half. Trying to get around Mahat. Mahat just get a little poke check there with his ankle. And then they'll send it back into the defense. 25 seconds left here in this scoreless first half. And the Lancers will send the ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw. Well, didn't even make it out of bounds. Had so much spin on it.
Spin there, yeah.
Yeah, Lowersbach sends it up. Oh, man, I'm telling you what, he could have sprung Garofalo, but just a little bit too much on it.
Yeah, Sammy had trouble finding it, too. I think it was played behind him instead of out in front of him.
Final seconds tick off here at Public Stadium in Alton, and that is the end of one half of play. And at the end of one half, we are scoreless, and we'll be back with second half action. We'll do that here in just a little while on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual? So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Calling all sports fans. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Caseyville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs that you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers, sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest brew in town. And don't forget to try your luck at the Lucky Fox Gaming Room. Dine in and catch a game, or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-855-9500.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company.
shaping the metro area since 1975. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene with Visionary Wealth Advisors at his new Collinsville office located at 106 North Clinton, or call Brad at 618-467-8420. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than Elsie's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, Elsie's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. Elsie's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. Elsie's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And Elsie's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. Elsie's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at Elsie's Pub. Elsie's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Extreme Details, owned and operated by former Kahok Jay Merkel. Jay and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or an RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, and they vacuum every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 977-1224 or visit Extreme Details at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months. Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
We are underway in the second half. Welcome back to Public Stadium here at West Alton Elementary School. I am Todd Duke. Chris Kettler is running the camera for us today. Brett Borm is on the other microphone. Glad that you're with us. We're underway here in the second half. No score in the first half, so we're going to have to figure this out in this half, or we're going to be looking at some overtime situations with a couple of games in the Collinsville sectional bracket. I've already went to overtime today. Fallon beating Edwardsville and Manuka over whoever they were playing. I can't remember. I don't have my paper in front of me. Maybe I should get that out before I start talking, huh? Let's see. Well, what do you think of the first half?
You got my mic on? There we are. Okay. First half. You know what? Not their best half, but certainly much better than they played in Alton. I think they generated certainly a lot of opportunities, and I think they possessed the ball most of the first half and getting some opportunities down at that other end. So let's hope they come out. I see a lot more 1 and 2 touch right now coming out of the chute, which is their strength.
Collinsville and their fans are lamenting the fact that a lot of these whistles have gone against them, and none of them have gone for them, including that one.
This one here, you're right.
It's been one of those kind of days. So no score. We're underway in the second half.
We had this center referee was the linesman in the Alton game, and I wasn't overly impressed with him either.
Yeah, I thought we had the better of the chances in the first half.
Agreed.
And I don't think Caleb Simpson had to make some spectacular saves. A lot of the balls that were struck right at him.
Yeah, making it easy on the goalkeeper, putting it right in his breadbasket, as you would call it.
Yeah.
Adam Reiniger with the best opportunity, just hitting the side of the net.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we had the better of the opportunity, so we need to turn those opportunities into goals. And here is another opportunity as Collinsville pokes the ball into the offensive zone, but Simpson will come out and get it. He'll just clank it off of his teammate's leg. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the English will have to come back out there and take it all the way back out himself off of Mahat. Mahat at midfield will send it over to the far side for Jimmy Crowder. Crowder, he'll settle the ball down with a defender behind him, and he'll move the ball over to Lorsbach. Back out front it goes to Bodie. Bodie will send it back over to this side for the defenseman Hensler. Hensler comes in on the right side. He'll poke it on up for Wade. Wade, he'll try to get it around a couple of defenders again, and he mishandled that ball, and he will spring Leonard on a run, but luckily for Collinsville, there were 3 or 4 purple jerseys back there. Yeah,
it was a 3 or 4v1.
Now Lorsbach will try to get Collinsville back onto the offensive side of things. Winner will meet O'Fallon in the Collinsville sectionals Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. But we still have to get through the second half, and we still have to find some goal-scoring opportunities here for Collinsville. Here are the Kahawks on the outside edge on the far side. Jalen Wade gets taken off the ball, goes back for it, sends it back over to Crowder. Crowder has that ball kicked away from him by one of the defenders for the Lancers, and now he'll throw it in. All down to Lorsbach. Lorsbach will send it back out to midfield for Bodie. Bodie sends it over to Mahat. Mahat moves the ball up, sends one toward the goal, and that's going to roll wide.
Just can't find the target today, Todd.
Nope. Having a hard time doing that. Plenty of time to figure it out, though. These two teams.
I think East is doing a really good job defensively of really limiting Collinsville's opportunities outside that 18.
Well, you know that they gained a ton of confidence by that 1-0 win over Quincy.
Of course, and I felt like Quincy dominated that first half. It should have been 3-0 Quincy in the first half.
Yeah, we've been involved in some of those games as well where Kahawks are up 1-0, could very easily be 4-0. But right here, Collinsville, I mean, you can't really say that they should be up by this or that because it's 0-0, and really it should because, I mean, all the balls were hit directly at Caleb Simpson, and Collinsville just having a hard time finding that great angle of a shot to get one past him. Here's Jackson Perrell. Perrell had to make just a couple of saves in the first half. Nothing spectacular on his end as well, as Collinsville's defense once again held Belleville East to a limited amount of shots on goal. Now Collinsville works the ball up. Here is Hensler over here in front of our location to Peterson. Peterson chips the ball up for Wade, and Wade will try to go track it down, but instead it'll get kicked out of bounds by English, and it'll be another throw-in coming up here for Collinsville. They'll throw it down immediately to Reiniger. Reiniger over here on this near sideline. Kicks it back over to Mahat. Mahat sends a bender in front of the box, and Belleville East trying to send it back out. Sent right back in. Nope.
And nobody there.
A harmless ball bounces right to Simpson, and he doesn't have to break a sweat to make that save. 34:40 left to play here in this second half. No score between Collinsville and Belleville East. Here is Aiden Hensler. Hensler sends the ball up. We will not have a pregame or postgame guest up here tonight after this game. I told Coach Lugie not to worry about it because it's quite the trek. Got to go all the way across the field. You got to go all the way up the stairs in the bleachers. Then you have to go out the gate where you come in to pay, through the parking lot, and then into the press box. So I figured we'll just bypass it this time.
I think those kids get a kick out of it, though, Todd.
They do.
Coming up to talk to you. I need to listen to some of those sound bites after the games.
Yeah, they've been fun. I've been fortunate enough to get some kids that can actually hold up their end of the conversation.
Yeah.
That's always nice instead of the
That'd be mine, Todd.
Yeah.
If he was ever up here, it'd be like, yes, no,
maybe, could be,
cool.
Mm-hmm. Out of bounds the ball goes all the way over in the far side corner, and it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Belleville East. As we have 33.5 minutes to go in this second half, and we remain scoreless.
Coach Lugie still going with the short bench. Still the only sub that's come in the match so far has been Gavin Knoll.
Ball comes in, and Collinsville keeps it in the offensive zone, and over on the far side, settle down off of a chest. Kicks it back out over to Compton. Over here now for Hensler. Hensler will move the ball up. That was actually Bodie, not Compton. And Peterson to Reiniger, and he's trying to spring it back to Peterson, but getting there first was Luke Bell, and Bell will send the ball up to Micah Allen. Allen mishits it, but it ends up going off of Peterson anyway. He was just trying to get back in position, and the ball hit him. So Bell with a throw in. To midfield comes to Compton. Compton rolls back over toward the center as his position. And then he'll send it over onto the left wing defensive position to Lorsbach. Lorsbach brings it on up and mishit that one right into the leg of one of the East players. Now Collinsville and Garofalo over on the far side trying to break it in. He does so. A nice pass to Wade. Wade immediately gets surrounded by three. And then one of those three gets the ball back. Here's Hensler. Hensler. He can shoot it, and he does right off of a body. And Belleville East will break it out, try to go the other way with it, but Collinsville once again stops it, and this time it's Jimmy Crowder. Crowder sends the ball up to Reiniger. Reiniger over on the far sideline for Garofalo. Garofalo, he surveys things, sends it back over to Reiniger, almost got intercepted. Reiniger around one defender, couldn't get around the other defender, and coming away with the ball was Tanner Stinnett, and back to midfield we go. Here's Garofalo again. Garofalo trying to get around his defender, and he's having a hard time doing that. Now over to Crowder, off of a body, comes down. Crowder trying to wrestle it away once again with a nice header over to Garofalo, and then back over to Lorsbach. Lorsbach sends the ball up. And there's a hold, no call there on Reiniger. Come on, man.
Yeah, they've been doing this all game with Adam.
And
dangling all over him.
We haven't had a whistle go our way this whole game.
Doesn't feel like it.
Here's Hensler. Hensler comes up the sideline, trying to point to Peterson to spring him up and get into the box, but the defenseman closed in quicker than he thought he would, and now a ball in the front of the box. It's headed back out right in front and kicked back out to midfield. 31 minutes left here in this second half. We remain scoreless. Collinsville and Belleville East, regional championship on the line. Here is a chance for Collinsville again. They spring Wade, and
he almost
Wade
got there.
Almost collided with Simpson in goal, but Simpson scoops the ball up right before Wade could get there. 30 and a half to go. Almost 10 minutes gone by in this second half. Collinsville again has had the better of the opportunities with more zone time in the offensive zone than Belleville East.
No doubt the possession's been on our side.
Yeah. Here's Crowder. Crowder right in the middle. He gets kind of shoved from behind, but keeps his feet, and then he'll pop up into the box, trying to spring. There's a little hold again, and that's on the outside of the goal once again. Lorsbach almost had a goal there, and if he would have, it would have just been his second. But, man, talk about the defenseman pinching in.
Oh, great job, Alex, pinching in on that left side, penetrating that 18-yard box and penetrating that defense. Almost got the goal.
That's the second time we've struck one into the side of the net here in this game. If we can straighten it out just a little bit, we'll be on top. Here is Bodie. Bodie will send it over to the far side for Garofalo. Garofalo, no one there. He's going to race up that sideline and come onto that right side of the box. He does so and couldn't take the ball with him. Nice defensive play there by Belleville East. Collinsville uses a header to get it back up to where it was. And now Garofalo trying to wrestle it away from the defense once again. And this time, the defense prevails for Belleville East. Lancers try to bring the ball up. They get cut off. Now Lorsbach will intercept. Lorsbach had that one taken off of his foot, and luckily he didn't get taken out in the process. Throw in coming up here for the Lancers.
I think Belleville East has got to be happy with the results so far, holding Collinsville 0-0 this far in the match. You know, they're probably looking at this as a win, and if they can take it to overtime or PKs, that's probably what they're looking for.
Yeah, continues to build their confidence after the Quincy win and holding the Southwestern Conference champion Collinsville Kahawks to no goals through the first 50 minutes of this one.
And if I remember right, when we played East at home, it was pure domination, was it not?
Oh, yeah, it was. We dominated that game, won 4-0, but we could have won 8-0. So, different time and playoffs on the line. I guess you play a little bit differently, and as I mentioned, that win over Quincy gave the Lancers a boost of confidence, and they so far have been trying to build up on that confidence here in this one.
I think in these type of atmospheres, you play safe at first. You never try and be risky and go for the jugular right out of the chute, and I feel like that's how Collinsville's played. Just kind of safe.
Yeah.
Take their opportunities when they've had it.
Here is Mahat. Mahat at midfield sends the ball over the head of Reiniger, and Simpson will come into the corner of the box and scoop it up before Adam can reach the ball to settle it down for a shot on goal. No score, 27:45 left to play here in the second half. And Simpson mishits that one.
Oof.
Boy, that was dangerous, and almost, if he could have settled it ground, Garofalo might have had a little bit of a breakaway there.
There's a rocket at his feet.
Here is Wade. Wade getting pressured from behind, sends it up to Garofalo, but it's too far, and Simpson will scoop it up once again. Caleb Simpson sends it back out to midfield on a high pop fly. That is, man, that goes all the way down into their offensive zone, but right off of the head of Hensler and back out to midfield it goes. That was off the head, traveled about 30 yards. Here is that was a pretty nice move by Luke Bell to get away from Jalen Wade. Now Collinsville gets it at midfield, but they can't contain, and Mosley will send the ball back down into the Lancers offensive zone. And off of the head of Compton and off of the chest of one of the defenders, a chance for Belleville East, but closing in is Compton, and Compton did a great job holding off his defender.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was textbook shielding by Compton.
His forward, I should say, not defender. Up the sideline it goes, right to midfield. Collinsville, Crowder sends it back up the line. And that's a takedown. You can't tell me that's not going to be a call.
Adam, I mean, they're just draping all over Adam tonight, and he's getting up, limping, and Adam's going to start getting ticked off before too long if this continues,
Yep. Kahawks thought better about rushing it this time on that free kick. They're about 45 yards away from the goal. And on the way, ball popped up into the front of the box and, back down. And now Bodie comes up with it but couldn't keep it. And the defender got there real quick and took that ball right off of Bodie's foot. Now a ball that's going to get behind and another takedown of the Collinsville Kahawks, and we'll have another free kick. This one's going to go against us, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I'm not quite sure how that's going against us with Bodie being the one that went down, but maybe I missed something.
Yep. That's what I was wondering. I heard the whistle and saw the body, and it was wearing purple, so I figured it was against the opposing team, but not to be the case. Here are the Lancers. They will chip one into the front of the box, off of a head and back out. And trying to settle it down is Mahat. He couldn't. And then a shot that goes wide. And looks like they called another whistle, did they? Yeah, they're going to say it went off of one of our players and across the in line, so it'll be a corner kick coming up here for the Lancers. And the later it gets, the more worried you get.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. You don't want to keep allowing East to stay into this match. That plays into their favor.
Corner kick coming up here from the corner you all can't see. It's on the way, and it's going to go out the other side, and that was headed out of bounds. Now a couple of jump balls, and Collinsville sends it out of harm's way. Belleville East and Mosley will try to track it down over there on the far side, right in front of the Kahok bench, and he ends up kicking it almost out of bounds. Collinsville pokes it forward. Jalen Wade on the run, as well as Garofalo, who switches sides and comes over to this side now. And then down at midfield, Micah Allen settles it down. He'll send it back to his defenders, and the defenders move the ball on up to the forwards. Forwards trying to get something going. They can't, so they'll send it back to the defense, and Gavin English will send the ball back up to midfield. Collinsville takes over. Here you go. 2-on-1 time. Wade over to Garofalo. Garofalo back to Wade. Wade shoots, and no, but we're going to have a whistle. I heard a whistle, didn't I?
Yeah, you got an offsides call or something.
Man, oh, man.
That's a 2v1. That's got to be a goal for us, Todd,
Man,
at that point. I mean, you're not going to get better opportunities than what you just had right there.
Man, oh, man. Bad break there, and turns into just a goal kick restart here for Caleb Simpson. Simpson sends the ball back out to midfield and beyond, and it comes down for Compton. Compton sends the ball back into the Collinsville offensive zone. It comes down, and a nice block by Garofalo. Springs Wade over on the far side corner. Reiniger with a shot, and Caleb Simpson jumps and makes the save. More adrenaline pumping now for Belleville East with every save like that Caleb Simpson makes. That breeds more confidence for these Lancers. Collinsville's got to find a way to solve the problem here.
Yes, they got to find a way to break through this back four of Belleville East, and that's what they're struggling to do.
And now you're realizing just exactly why they put Gavin English and Anton Mosley back on that back line.
Those are two sophomores, I believe. I know Anton's a sophomore. I believe English is a sophomore. Strong players anchoring that defense for Belleville East.
And Gavin English is a midfielder and Mosley is a forward, but they're both playing defense today. And I guess if you're Coach English, you put your two best players back on that back line to prevent goal scoring.
I guess so.
So far, so good.
You're going to be hard-pressed to find somebody better in the air than Anton Mosley. I know Dane Compton, our center back, is excellent in the air, but Anton has more height and he can get a little bit more elevated. I think that's why he plays him in the back.
22 minutes, 15 seconds left to play here in this second half. Here is Bodie. Bodie sends it over to the far side for Lorsbach. Lorsbach, who's been pinching in from that side, trying to help the offense a little bit, will send it back out to the midfielder, and that is Bodie. Bodie sends it over here for Hensler. Hensler will send it back up to Crowder. Crowder with a little side kick over to Bodie and back over on the far side for Lorsbach. Lorsbach, if he's given enough cushion, he'll race around. He does. He comes in front, and he pokes it in front, and no one there to send it home.
Great run by Alex Lorsbach coming up that flank. Sends a great ball inside the 18. Belleville East is dropping 9 back inside that 18-yard box. I'm only seeing one forward. They're just parking the bus at this point and hoping to pay for a tie.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're hoping to play for penalty kicks is what my guess is.
And you know they've might have an advantage there.
Oh
with
yeah,
their goalkeeper.
Yeah, they've stung a couple of teams this year in PKs. Here is Bodie. Bodie will send the ball back over to Lorsbach up that far sideline. Lorsbach looking for some room, forgot to take the ball with him. Now Lorsbach steadies himself, gets the ball back. And trying to make his move once again. He'll put it over here for Mahat. Mahat with no defenders around. Sends it up into the box. Here's a chance for Collinsville. Oh, what a save by Simpson on Reiniger. Boy, oh boy. That was the save of the game right there. Man, oh man.
That was a phenomenal save.
They called it offside anyway, didn't they?
Really?
Yeah, look at the guy's flag holding out.
You're right. I missed that.
Yep. Would have been offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted even if it would have went in. Man, oh man. Collinsville has gotten some opportunities here, and either the offside has been called or Simpson has come up with some huge saves, and a combination of both. Out to Mosley. Mosley sends the ball up on a straight line drive kick that hits Landon Mahat. Mahat at midfield couldn't contain the ball, and it's picked up by Belleville East. They send the ball up, but it's rejected, and it goes right back onto the foot of Stinnett. Now back for Collinsville. Here is Mahat. Mahat sends it up to the midfield circle for Crowder. Crowder does a nice job getting away from his guy. Sends it up once again for Reiniger. Reiniger trying to find Garofalo. Instead, it's off of a body and out front. I thought for a moment Gavin Knoll was going to get there, but he got closed up on quickly. Halfway through this second half and still no score. 0-0 between Collinsville and Belleville East. Winner to move on to the Collinsville sectionals on Tuesday night to take on the O'Fallon Panthers after the Panthers beat Edwardsville 1-0 with 6 seconds left to go in the double overtime. And the Panthers pull away with the upset at Edwardsville.
What a game that had to be.
I know. Here is play at midfield. They get the ball up to Crowder. Crowder will move up. Oh, and not paying attention was Null. Crowder was trying to pass it to him, but Null had no idea and didn't see the ball until it got past him. And now, no whistle? Oh, my. No whistle? They didn't call that?
Nope. The linesman over here is flagging it, but
yeah. Referee said no, but now we're going to have a call going for Collinsville. I don't even know what happened there.
I'm not sure either.
Here is Mahat. He'll get the free kick from midfield. And it's in the air, into the box, and it comes down for Lorsbach. Lorsbach in front, and a chance for Knoll.
There it is!
Gavin Knoll breaks the tie, and Collinsville takes the lead 1-0. Man, that was a long time coming.
Holy cow. Holy cow. What a serve by Landon Mahat. Finds Alex Lorsbach on the back door. A little bit of junk inside the box. Gavin Knoll, the senior, able to put one home for the Kahawks to go up for the 1-0 lead.
Man, oh man. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville, and
really happy for that kid. I'm really happy for that kid. He's waited for some opportunities as a senior, and now here he is going up 1-0 for Collinsville.
And now the Kahawks can use that stingy defense to bring this game home. Got to prevent the Lancers from scoring and maybe score another one yourselves. Here's Crowder. Crowder cuts in the middle. Oh, that was a nice job there on the little stuff job by Will Keck, and Keck's done that a couple of times in this game.
His teammates mobbing him over there on that bench, Todd. What a great sight to see.
Oh, yeah. So the Kahawks have a 1-0 lead, trying to get to their own sectional. Last time Collinsville hosted a sectional was in 2018, and we all remember what happened from then. And if not, I'll remind you, we beat Edwardsville in the sectional semifinal with 2.1 seconds left and went on all the way to state where we took third place.
Yep, that was a good year.
Sure was. Throw in by Belleville East. Comes into the box. Popped up straight up into the air and trying to come down. And it's Micah Allen trying to hold off the Kahawks, but he can't. And the ball goes all the way back to the defense. And Mosley. Mosley will pop it right back into the box off of the head of one of the Collinsville defenders. That's Compton. And then down for Peterson. Peterson gets the ball back to Hensler. Hensler sends the ball up on a line drive. And Garofalo gets it farther out to the midfield circle and headed back the other way by Mosley. I would not be surprised if English moved Mosley up and had him play forward again now.
I would bet on it here at some point.
Yeah. Well, right now he's still on that back line. Here is Garofalo. Garofalo side kicks it up the sideline, trying to spring Reiniger. Couldn't do it. Now up to Wade. Wade right in front. He is looking. And he'll send it out front. And Bodie.
Bodie have it.
I was going to say Bodie could have ran right into a shot. That's off of Wade and then back out. And Collinsville will take over again. Crowder tries to chip the ball up, and there was no one there wearing the purple jersey to take it. And that allowed the Lancers to take over. And now over here for Collinsville's Trey Peterson on this near sideline. Peterson works the ball up.
Look
to
at that
Wade.
pass.
That was a lovely pass. Wade in front. Sends it over onto the far side, trying to chase it down as Reiniger, and he'll get there before the ball hits the sideline. And then he'll send it back out to Bodie. Bodie off angle, takes the shot, and it's going to go wide and across the end line, and Caleb Simpson will have a goal kick restart.
Looks like Collinsville's going to make a sub here. Looks like Borum coming in for Reiniger on that left side. Thought Coach Luggie might himself go to a 4 backs here with this 1-0 lead, but maybe not.
16 minutes left to play here in this one. And here comes Belleville East, but Collinsville stops him on a nice defensive play by Lorsbach. Then he mishandles the ball and has to go back and retreat it again. Collinsville leads 1-0. And play kind of stalling at midfield there. And now the Lancers will get the ball up and a whistle.
Offsides.
$15:20 left to play here in this second half. Collinsville leads 1-0 on a goal by Gavin Null. Null, his 5th goal of the year, is a huge one.
Couldn't be bigger.
Here's Lorsbach. Lorsbach over on the far sideline, travels in front of his bench, now in between the benches. And he'll send the ball up on the sideline, but it's going to get past everyone, and Caleb Simpson will stop the ball before it has a chance to go over the end line and just pick it up.
I think that had a little bit more pace than Alex originally wanted to play on that ball.
Yep. Simpson sends the ball back out to midfield. It rolls down the back of one of the Lancer players, and it makes it all the way to Jackson Perrell.
I think that actually deflected off the back of Bodie's head and went all the way back to Perrell, which was kind of odd.
Perrell sends the ball back out to midfield. Over here on the sideline and out of bounds. And a throw in. Now we're going to have substitutions for Belleville East as they will send Tanner Stinnett back onto the field as well as Josh Younger.
Number 9, Gavin Null, giving credit for scoring the goal for the Kahok.
We just now announced it was Gavin Null.
Little delayed.
A little late. That kind of takes the celebration away, doesn't it? All the way back to the defense, and Lorsbach gets it off of his head, and Lancers trying to settle it down, and they do, and they'll try to pop it into the box, but there's Lorsbach playing a good defensive position once again, and then Alex will send the ball all the way back into Collinsville's offensive zone, but out of bounds.
What a good, steady player Alex is. I mean, it's just like Coach Luggie said in his intro. Just steady Eddie.
Steady Eddie, that's what I called him, Steady Eddie. Back out to midfield.
You just know he's not going to make too many mistakes.
Well, we got a hurt player down. Collinsville's got a hurt player down. That's not good. At midfield, that's Jimmy Crowder. Crowder holding on to that left knee. Send out some trainers or what? Okay, they finally start walking out.
Yeah, here comes Amanda now.
Yeah. Amanda Bauer and Coach Luggie out there to see what's going on with Jimmy Crowder. We have a timeout, so we will take a timeout as well. And we will be back here in just a little bit on the Kahok Sports Network.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117.
But I don't know who, so something changed. I think Reiniger just stepped on. I think it's Reiniger.
Back here at Public Stadium in Alton, Jimmy Crowder walks off the field under his own power, so that's nice to see. Had a little bit of a limp on that left side, but he seems to be okay. So, with 13-17 left, what?
A drop. The ball should go to the team that had the possession, right? I mean, he's playing a drop ball?
I don't know. We're just here for the fun of it. We don't really have any say in things. So here's Peterson. I don't know what some of these people decide sometimes, and I guess it's not my place to say either. I just kind of go with the flow. Hopefully,
I'll just mind my own business. Over here.
Yeah, I try to, but every once in a while you got to speak up. especially when it's like obvious something wrong has happened. Here is Garofalo, sends the ball up to Wade. Wade jumps over his defender, comes in from the right side, puts one in front. Oh, blocked out there at the last moment by Micah Allen. Here's Garofalo. He'll send one in front. Kick back out, and almost getting a foot on it to send it toward the goal was Bodie, but he couldn't quite get a whole body part on it. Now it comes back out, and Hensler takes over. He'll send it back over to Bodie, and Bodie will send it to Lorsbach back on the back line of the defense. Lorsbach moves it back across midfield. Sends one right in the middle to Garofalo. Garofalo back over on the far sideline, and Collinsville looking dangerous again, trying to get a goal, and that one's blocked out before Peterson can get a foot on it. Now Mahat sends the ball up, but that's rejected. Comes all the way back to the defense and Aiden Hensler. And then Belleville East sends the ball up. Peril sends the ball back over to midfield, and it's settled down there by Belleville East, but not for long, as a nice play once again by Mahat will keep anything happening from down the other way. Oh, and Jalen Wade
I think that's on Jay.
Runs right into the goalkeeper right in front of the line. And we'll see what they want to call. They're going to give him a card, aren't they?
That looks that way.
Referee reaching into his
Unless
pocket.
he's going to the goalie?
Or is he going to give it to the goalie?
Is he going to the keeper?
He is, isn't he? What's going on here?
Well, a lot of things are going on here right now.
Man.
I think Collinsville thinks it's their ball, and the referee not showing direction one way or the other, and then Landon was thinking he was going to get a quick counter and play a quick ball.
And he never did pull out a card, did he?
No, he didn't.
No, he did not. So Simpson instead sends it all the way back down off of the head of Compton. I have no idea, man. That was a strange turn of events there.
Yeah, Bodie's getting hammered on the backside, man.
Yeah. All right, we're down to 11 minutes and 5 seconds left to play here in this second half. Here is Aiden Hensler. Hensler sends the ball over here to Trey Peterson. Peterson moving the ball up the sideline and trying to spring Garofalo, but the defender gets there first in the form of Luke Bell and sends the ball back out.
Whew.
Strange things
I'm going to have to take
here.
my sweatshirt off here before too long, Todd.
Yeah.
Stressful.
It is sometimes, isn't it?
Especially when you're a dad.
Yeah.
You know, you watch these kids all year long. You want to see them be successful. Survive and advance, right?
That's the name of the game. You got to win 7 times if you want to bring home that first place trophy. Collinsville's got 1 under their belt. They need 6 more, trying to pull out that, put that down to 5 at the end of this one. And right now they are in the proper position, leading 1-0. We have 10 minutes left to play here in this second half. So things are dwindling down here, and it's going to be desperation time soon for the Lancers if it's not already. And right now they still have Mosley and English back on their back line. Here comes Collinsville. They'll poke it into the box. Wade off the back of his head, and now the goalkeeper runs into him. And we're not going to have a call on that one, are we?
Nope.
Oh, we didn't see that. What are you talking about? I didn't see anything. I see nothing.
I don't even know what happened there.
Neither do I. That ball comes all the way past everyone. Collinsville's going to win the race to go get it back. And they'll poke it on back to Jackson Peril. And, boy, closing in real quick was Braden Leonard, and Leonard almost got there, and now one of the Lancers players is down. Here is Peterson. Peterson comes in from the right side, getting shoved from behind the entire time, right in front, and Reiniger couldn't get a foot on it, and he gets shoved down. And here is Peterson keeping it alive, comes in again, takes the shot, and once again hits the side of the net. Had Jalen Wade over on the other post ready to head that one in if he could have got it over, but man, oh man. I thought for a moment there was going to be a call inside the box, but the referees, man, they have their certain times and they swallow those whistles, don't they?
Yeah.
That was one of them. Oh, woo, hey, no cussing. This is a family show. Say rectum.
I think I know where that friendly statement came from.
Yeah, we'll keep that to ourselves.
I am.
Here's Hensler sending it back over to Peril. Come on, man. There's other words you can use. There's kids here.
Sometimes you
I
just
know
got to
that's not
go
good.
with the first one that
I
comes
know.
to your mind.
Yeah, not a truly bad word, but I mean, come on. I don't know if that went on over the air, but I heard it in my headphones.
Oh, I heard it with my headphones on too.
Here is Wade. Wade sends the ball up, trying to spring Reiniger. Instead, he finds Garofalo. Now Reiniger takes a shot, but it goes high and over the net.
Jimmy Crowder's back in, so he must be okay.
Yeah, looking like he is. No limping going on there, so he appears to be all right. And it's a big game on the line. You got to have your best players out there.
Yep.
Rub a little dirt in it, walk it off, and right back out. Here is Simpson sending it back out on a goal kick restart to midfield where it's stopped there by Bodie. Bodie sends it up to Peterson. Peterson had the ball actually go behind him. And now whistle on the play against Belleville East. And Will Keck is the one throwing up his arms like, what did I do? So it must be against him.
Man, Anton Mosley still sitting back there at that center back spot.
Seven minutes, 10 seconds left. Here's Collinsville right in the box, and a shot that was stuffed by Will Keck once again. Keck seems to be in the right place at the right time for those stuff shots, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Collinsville still trying to control the ball in their offensive zone, and they'll give it up for a moment. They'll get it back after Lorsbach pinches in. Lorsbach will send the ball over onto the far sideline. And trying to eye up there, a chance for Collinsville to Wade. Wade splits one defender, gets past another, takes a shot.
There it is!
Good! Off of the inside post and in, and Collinsville takes a 2-0 lead. Oh boy, that might just about put the kibosh on the night for the Belleville East Lancers, because Collinsville's defense doesn't give up much after they have a 2-goal lead.
No. Collinsville's going to park the bus right back there with their solid defense that they've had all year. Just limit shots.
Wade picks up his 10th goal of the year. And Collinsville has a 2-0 lead.
You could feel it brewing, couldn't you?
You could,
feel
yeah.
it. You could feel the just the tension in the air that Collinsville was going to score again. Great job, Jay Wade.
You ain't kidding, boy. And we've had a lot of shots go wide. We've had 3 that have hit the side of the net. And if that one was an inch farther to the right, it would have been wide as well. But it wasn't. It went off of the near side post and in. And Collinsville has a 2-0 lead with 6:20 left to play here in this second half. Another dangerous opportunity there, and Simpson comes out and scoops it up. Out to midfield it goes. Lorsbach sends the ball up and back over to Keck once again, and then over to one of his midfielders. Now over to the defense. Nice job getting that leg out there, Garofalo. And Simpson gets past one defender, couldn't get past the other one,
Peterson might have pulled something on that.
Yeah, looks like he's a little slow getting up, but he appears to be all right for a moment anyway. He'll fix himself back up. Here's the ball over everyone's head and comes back out for Peterson. Peterson trying to kick it up to himself on a little pass up the sideline, and that ends up going out of bounds.
He's a little slow.
It'll take him a couple of minutes.
I think that's who's coming out.
Yep. No, he's staying. Null coming on for somebody.
That's Peterson. He's just going to go the long way.
Okay, I got you. Ball comes in, so Gavin Null comes in for Peterson. Null had the goal earlier. Right now it's the game winner. Wade just tacked on his 10th goal of the year. Collinsville leads 2-0, and the Collinsville Kahawks still in attack mode. Here is Hensler. He kind of runs into Bodie, but Hensler still. Oh man.
No call!
No call? Are you kidding me? This referee has got to be one of the worst ones I've seen so far. Here's Wade. Oh, right in front. He took too long to get the shot off. Trying to settle the ball all the way down. Could have kicked it while it was still bouncing, but he decided to settle it down and then lost the ball. Nice play by Hensler on the defense. And that ball is out of bounds off of Belleville East player. 4:40 left to play here in this second half.
Hensler was plastered,
Yeah,
Todd.
he was.
And
that's from behind.
And that's a big kid to put down on the field,
That
man.
was a shoulder directly into the middle of the back.
Yeah, and nothing. Nothing.
I don't know. Referees, I try to give them as much credit as I can. But this one is kind of a little iffy, I'm telling you. We've seen a lot of whistles go against Collinsville, and he just seems to swallow that whistle when it's against Belleville East.
Seems that way.
Here's Lorsbach up the line. Lorsbach Moves it over to Reiniger, and then back to the defense it goes, and Bodie will send it over to this side for Hensler. Hensler looking to send the ball up to Mahat. Mahat on the run, moves the ball up to Garofalo. Garofalo with a nice move. Gets it to Wade. Wade in front of the box again. He tried a little side kick over there to Reiniger, who was breaking in from the left side, but never got it to him. 3:40 left to play here in this second half. Collinsville leading 2-0, and they're looking for a date with the O'Fallon Panthers at Collinsville High School Tuesday night at 7 o'clock for a sectional semifinal matchup.
Going to be a big match.
Sure is.
Big match. Should be exciting.
Yeah.
And it's at home, so that's good.
We'll have that game for you Tuesday night. And if the Lady Kahok volleyball team can win Tuesday night against Belleville East in their regional semifinal, we'll have a regional championship game for you from Virgil Fletcher on Thursday before we head back over to Kahok Stadium on Saturday for the big football playoff game.
Can't wait.
No, Kahok football program looking for their first ever win in the playoffs. We'll find out later tonight who they're going to play. There's another missed kick by Perrell. He's done that a couple of times. Hope that doesn't become an issue.
No, that's been a strong suit for him this year.
Yeah, he tried to drop kick it and missed it, and almost
There's your whistle.
Cost him. Yeah, well, of course, because it's against us. If it's against us, the whistles work. When it's against the other team, the whistles, they lose that little ball inside, and it doesn't just doesn't work, and it's like.
And Tom Mosley's, I bet she's going to try and put one on net here.
Oh, of course. Here is that kick, and it's high and over. So nothing doing there as we approach 2 minutes left to play here in this second half. Substitution for the Kahawks stops the clock with 2:05 left. Is it my imagination, or is it foggy or smoky out there?
No, there's a little haze.
Yeah, I can see it in the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody barbecuing or burning leaves, or I don't know.
I'd go
Can't be
number-
burning leaves. Not enough of them have hit the ground yet.
Well, I don't even smell it.
No, I don't smell anything either, so I'm not sure if it's a little fog or what. All right, here we go. Here is Lorsbach. Lorsbach over to Bodie. Bodie out to midfield. Lost control of the ball. Lancers take it over, but they're heading the wrong direction. Now they'll send the ball up the sideline.
Uh-oh.
And here comes – oh, and I'm telling you what. Lancers are just bowling over the Collinsville Kahawks. This time it's going to be a call. This time it's going to be a card.
Yeah. He bull rushed him.
Man, you ain't
knocked
kidding.
Dane Compton into a backwards flip. And I haven't seen that kid on the field all night. I don't want to speculate on why he was put out there, but
I don't know either. I'm trying to find the number. I can't even see the number on the back of his jersey. Not sure who it is.
Last thing you want is anybody to get injured with a minute left in a match, too.
Man, we've had two players just totally ambushed from behind in these last couple of minutes, and this one at least got the call. There's another one as he ran into the back of Lorsbach. Here comes a try from the far side. Around the corner, Lorsbach holds his own, and that ball goes across the line, and it's going to be a goal kick restart. That was a nice job.
That was a great job by Alex.
Sure was.
Senior leader.
All right. Here is Jackson Perrell with a goal kick restart to send Collinsville back down the other way. And we have 1 minute to go here in this second half. All the way back out it goes and sent back into the offensive zone for Belleville East. And Perrell will just pick it up. And then he'll send it back out. Another low line drive hit. Out past midfield, though. It takes a nice bounce. Comes all the way onto the foot of Luke Bell. Bell will send it back into the offensive zone, but right off of the backside of Compton. But it stays in possession, and that ball is going to go wide, and it'll be another goal kick restart here for Jackson Perrell. And we have 30 seconds left to go in this one. Collinsville is going to move on, and they will face O'Fallon Tuesday night on their own turf at Kahok Stadium for the first regional semifinal game. The other one will be held up north. We'll worry about that later, but in this particular case, it'll be Collinsville versus O'Fallon Tuesday night, and we'll go from there as Compton sends the ball back out to midfield. We're down to the final 10 seconds. Here is Crowder. Crowder will send the ball up to Garofalo. Garofalo cuts through the middle, and with 2 seconds left, No shot's going to be taken, and there's the buzzer. Collinsville wins 2-0, and they are the regional champions here at Public Stadium in Alton. And for the Kahawks, their first regional crown since 2018. So nicely done there, Kahawks. And boy, oh boy, I tell you there, Mr. Borm, it was a little scary here through the first, 3 quarters of this game with no score until Collinsville finally let us all breathe a little bit.
Yeah, I was last thing I wanted to see was any penalty kicks. But, yeah, Collinsville really put it on in about the last 15 minutes of the match. Gavin Knoll, the senior, the kid that's, really struggled to find the minutes that he probably wanted his senior year, comes out and gets the game winner. I'm so happy for that kid.
All right, we will see you Tuesday night back at home, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's Brett Borm on the other microphone. We thank him for helping us out here in this regional championship game as we move our way into the Chiropractic Works post-game show. Brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville, or give him a call, 343-3602, or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Chiropractic Works, our mission is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. We have state-of-the-art testing available to see if we think we might be able to help you with any health issues that you're dealing with. Whether it's neck pain, back pain, headache, sinus, allergies, numbness, tingling, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, or ankle problems, we've helped many people solve these issues without the use of drugs and surgery. If you'd like to get to the root cause of your health problems, feel free to give us a call and schedule a consultation or a new patient exam to see if we think we might be able to help you.
Having problems keeping your ride on the road? Roadman Automotive in Collinsville can help you keep your ride rolling. Roadman Automotive offers everything from diagnostic tests when that check engine light comes on to tune-ups, alignments, brake and suspension work, and more. Oil changes at Roadman Automotive start at just $35. Roadman Automotive is open from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and is located at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check out the Roadman Automotive Facebook page for daily specials. Call Roadman Automotive at 618-223-1878, online at roadmanautomotivecollinsville.com. Roadman Automotive. Keep your ride on the road with Roadman Automotive.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz. And classic rock, it's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists.
Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville, 618-795-1333, online, richesrecordemporium.com.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And once again, we welcome you back to Public Stadium here at Alton West Elementary School. Final score here tonight, Collinsville wins the regional championship by a score of 2-0 over Belleville East. Gavin Knoll got the Kahawks on the board first. 18 minutes and 41 seconds left in the second half before we got our first goal. And then Jalen Wade, with just a little over 6 minutes left, scored the other one. And that gave Collinsville a little bit of a cushion. And we roll on to that 2-0 victory. So Collinsville returns home Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, for a match with O'Fallon in the sectional semifinal contest at Collinsville High School. So that means we will not be in the gymnasium to bring you the girls' regional semifinal between your Lady Kahok volleyball team and the team from Belleville East. So if the girls win on Tuesday, then we'll return to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium on Thursday for the regional championship game. And then we will, of course, be at Kahok Stadium Saturday for the football playoff game. So we know we have 2 games coming up next week, Tuesday soccer and Saturday football. Volleyball remains to be seen. So a big thank you to Coach Rob Lugie joining us on the pregame show. A big thank you to Chris Kettler running the camera, and for Mr. Borm on the other microphone. My name is Todd Duke, and until Tuesday evening, everyone, enjoy your weekend.